Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful Monday evening here in the Chicagoland area. Hope is on the horizon. Our weather is getting better, and by the end of this week, we are expecting temperatures in the high 80s, possibly low 90s. So spring has finally sprung, and it means that summer is just right around the corner. So it makes us all feel so much better, and glad that you guys are tuned in with us this evening. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and in honor of the occasion, tonight we're going to talk about domestic violence and mental health awareness. Joining us tonight is author, domestic violence advocate, and educator, and the creator of the Slip Out app, Lisa R Jenkins. She's been here with us before, but she's had so many amazing things to happen with this app. Because really, if I'm not mistaken, K Renee, isn't October Domestic Violence Awareness Month?
It most certainly is.
Yes, and just since October up until now, Lisa's app has done so well. Her brand has really been flourishing, but because of this pandemic and people being with a lot of their abusers in close proximity, a lot of people need to now free themselves from those situations. And we'll talk about domestic violence as it relates to mental health. Sitting in the co-host seat tonight is no stranger to the show. She's been here with us many times before. She's our regular. That's what we call her. But she's not regular by no means. She's actually extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Our friend, our sister, our confidant, our, as they say, our good bid whiz buddy. We never talked about whether or not we play cards. See, I don't play cards. The one and only Miss K Renee, better known as the queen of Karen's Nuggets. How are you, my dear?
I'm fine, sweetie. How are you? And I'm not a card player. I know, back in the day when we were in college, that's the way everybody played spade and bid whiz. I could play spade, but bid whiz, that's not me. But I guess I can learn. It's not too late to learn, right?
No, it's not. It's not. That's the funniest thing. You're right. Going back to college days, everybody used to play cards and pity pat and tonk and all that. And I never was a card player either, nor was I a gambler. I'm still not a gambler to this day. You can take me to Vegas and I'll do everything but gamble. I think I've won money one time in Vegas, but gambling has never been my fancy. Never.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to change that luck when I get a chance to go.
Yes, absolutely. Well, K Renee, we're back for another wonderful week of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Just appreciate you availing yourself and being here. We have so much that we need to talk about tonight, and God, just so much is going on. But over the weekend, I had two wonderful events, and before we start tonight's show, I want to give a shout out, first of all, to 21st Ward. That's a lot to say really fast. Alderman Howard Brookins Jr. and the Brookins family of Brookins Funeral Home. They hosted a wonderful event on Saturday entitled Brookins Beautification Curb Appeal Makeover. And they asked for submissions of relatives. Well, they really were like relatives because all of these people were just so wonderful, but residents of the 21st Ward who wanted to have their front lawns redone. And a part of this program, they had to write a letter of why they wanted their front lawns redone. The letters themselves were just absolutely incredible because a lot of these people poured their hearts and souls out. They shared really touching stories about how the houses had been passed on for years and years and years, and just needing some TLC and just wanting to make their place look better. But now let me tell you the fabulous part. Not only were we judges for that, but some of my fellow co-judges, of course, the phenomenal Miss Pam Morris Walton, gospel sensation, announcer, radio personality,
Mm-hmm.
author, all of that. But here was the biggest treat. Senator Carol Mosley Braun was one of
What?
the judges. She
The
was one of the
first
judges.
African American senator? Oh my
Yes,
goodness!
yes.
How is Senator Braun doing?
She was just fabulous, sounded great. At the end of the
Excellent.
call, all of us kind of gave a little plug and shout out, and of course, and thank you everyone who always shares your expression of missing me on the radio. I explained to everybody I now have a digital show, all of that. And Senator was, and I was telling him, I said, well, the show is on Twitch, and for a certain amount of people, they like, what is a Twitch? Is that the same as a TikTok? Is that the same as a Twitter? Is that a what I'm saying? So it was really good to be on such a prestigious phone call of my fellow judges, but it also was great to award these wonderful residents of the 21st ward. 3 people were winners, and then there were 5 honorable mentions. So everybody walked away with something. And Miss Deborah Rose from Soul, the gospel radio station over at Crawford Broadcasting, she was my fellow co-host, and it was just really great. It really was. So shout out to everybody that was a part of that. Shout out to the Brookins family. I've been knowing them for a long time. And not Senator, but Alderman Howard Brookins Jr. I appreciate you so much. Yes.
Wonderful. And that should be really an event that should be in all aldermen, all wards. We need to talk to our 8th ward alderwoman, Michelle Harris, see what she can do. Need to have a conversation with her, see what she'll do about that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Any show I do, I try to keep politics out of it.
I know.
And I try to, because I just can't. I just can't. Because in my heart of hearts, really, I always feel as if I was to run for office, I probably would win. I really do.
Of course you would.
Most people don't even realize I'm the former youth governor of the state of Illinois, and was the first African American youth governor of the state of Illinois. But I just stay away from politics like that.
And guess what? If you did, I'll be your campaign manager. How about that?
Okay. All right. Then look, we'll see. Because I'm telling you, I want to see epic change. I don't want to see basic change. I don't want to see light bulbs taking forever to be changed and things like that. I want to see epic change when it comes to doing things the way they should be done and according to how it should be done. And then thank you to everybody who was a participant in my second pitching to the media webinar, which was this past Saturday. I had a total of 5 students, but only 2 showed up. So I don't know what that was about.
That's all right.
The two that showed up were amazing. Thank you to Miss Bonnie Duchamp. She was actually one of the students on Saturday. And the other one was Mr. Bernard Sims, i.e. my cousin, but he's a really powerful businessman in Atlanta. He also is an aspiring book author. And so both of them, we had a great time, and they did a good job and learned quite a bit. So yes, and really gave me a lot of kudos for what they learned, because when people are trying to go into this digital world now and trying to even just do a show themselves, it's always best to have somebody that's able to show you the ins, the outs, what you need to do, how you need to do it. There's an art to all of this, framing it right, making sure your lighting is right, your sound is all of that. And just people get on, social media all willy-nilly, haphazardly, and you can tell their product shows that as well too.
Absolutely. No. And I'm hoping, I know you'll be doing your 3rd. It's not just a webinar, or let's rebrand that. It's a master class.
Well, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I do. I really, really do. How was your weekend, my dear?
It was quiet but busy, was in the house, I think I mentioned to you, I'm in school taking a class on a product that is booming, and I'll share more of that a little bit later in the year. But that keeps me busy, and you know what tonight is, right? And I got to take care of this tax day. I mean,
yes,
today it's I
Yes.
gotta, take care of that, right?
Yeah. Well, now you killing me here because you saying I got to take care, and I'm thinking, sugar, it is 7:10 p.m.
All I
Central
gotta do
Standard
is
Time.
go on irs.gov, fill out what I need to fill out, and send it. Long as it's there by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're good. But
Okay.
yes.
All right. All right.
So for
Well, I
those who, now that we're restrictions are loosening up, you remember during tax season every April, everybody go down to the main post office to drop off their returns. You can do it online, but and if you need to file an extension, you got to do it tonight so you won't be penalized. So
that's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, please, we appreciate you so much. Welcome to the show. Do me a favor, go over to YouTube and Facebook and like the Real Chat Daddy Show on both of those pages. Tell your friends and family to please join us. Unfortunately, Facebook removed the share button. It used to be where you could share and start a
that's
watch party.
right.
The
Can't
share
do that.
button, the share button is still there, but you can only share it in Messenger. You can only share it to a group. Well, send it to a couple of people. That's what I just got through doing. I went into Messenger and just sent a link to the show to people. And we're trying to encourage as many people as possible to watch the show and, and give us your feedback and all that great stuff. But we really do appreciate you guys for joining us this evening. Well, Karen, it is so much we need to talk about tonight, Miss K Renee, that
Yes.
my head is spinning. First of all, I want to kind of talk about the fact that 7 people were killed and 45 were wounded in the city of Chicago over the weekend. And then not to mention the number of reckless accidents that have been going on in the city. Lakeshore Drive southbound from 31st Street was closed yesterday for hours.
Yep.
And then again today, another accident happened just south of 31st. Yes, about 3:30, 4 o'clock today, another accident happened. And so, I have several friends who are police officers. I text one of my friends because, matter of fact, 2 cops got shot yesterday. And I said 2 cops got shot yesterday. I think it was in Lawndale. And so I text my cop friends, hey, are you doing okay? And one of my cop friends just said to me, this is getting ready to be the bloodiest summer in history. And I said, please don't say that to me. I'm already paranoid. And of course, tonight on the news, they were saying that they're gearing up to try to, prevent all of this. What's your take on this? We both are lifelong Chicagoans, but my heart is hurting with all this is going on in this city.
Well, to piggyback what you just said, I don't know if you heard earlier today that a 15-year-old girl was walking her dog in Washington Park, near Washington Park, I should say, and got shot. And she's in critical condition at Comer. I'm really nervous too, Art. You talk about the reckless driving. You remember this time last year, what happened with me? A lady just bam hit my car, and if it hadn't been for the airbags deploying, I would not be here. Um, it's just when I'm riding a ride share car, or if I'm driving my car myself, I'm just very just knowledgeable and just very aware and cognizant. Folks are driving crazy. It just seems honestly that after this pandemic, after people, not everybody has been vaccinated, 37% of Illinoisans have been fully vaccinated. It seems like folks are just gone buck snit wild when it comes to going out driving. When it comes down, we have some nice warm air, and you just stated earlier that we're predicting 80 plus 90 degrees over the weekend. It's enough to just put the mask on, right? And practice physical distancing. I say this in, my nuggets, when I do my live video nuggets, you've got to be aware of your surroundings, ladies and gents. This is not a dress rehearsal. Life is not a
No,
dress rehearsal. You've got to be aware of your surroundings.
I
And I'm nervous as well, Art. I feel for our cops and our police in blue, the men and women who protect us, who try to protect us on a daily basis. It's not going to be pretty, but I keep the faith, and I stay, as we always say here too. We have to stay prayed up. We have to
We do.
continue to stay prayed up and just
Yeah.
please everyone be aware of your surroundings. Yes, this is going to be the first summer since last year that everyone's able to go out and venture. There's still some confusion about should I wear my mask and should we not wear the mask? But let me just tell you, even though the CDC has so-called relaxed mask awareness, if you're in a state where the state says we still got to wear the mask, in places, you gotta wear the mask, right? So, I know it's hard. It's hard for all of us. We want to do what we want to do. Not so fast.
Right.
Not so fast. So
Right.
no, I'm with you, Art. I am nervous, but I'm hopeful that we as a people, as Chicagoans, as Illinoisans, will do the right thing, stay prayed up, and act like adults, not
Right.
children. We got enough
Yeah.
children that need our attention, that need our affection, that need our guidance. We don't need to revert back to that. Okay?
Right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I couldn't agree with you more about that. I just know, as you said, we're going to have to stay prayed up. Something's going to have to change because everyday law abiding citizens, much like myself, yourself, and people who watch this show, we are fed up with living in just fear all the time. I mean,
Right.
it's bad enough you can't get a ride share, still those absorbent rates to get a ride share. I saw a story where cab drivers they're filing bankruptcy quicker than anybody because a lot of them own the medallions and not
Right.
being able to get out and pick up passengers. And, it's a lot. And then the unemployment rate and just things trying to come back from this pandemic. Slowly but surely it will get back. But we also have got to be very vigilant about the things that are going on around us as well, too, just as you said.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
We'll
right.
just have to keep making our viewers aware to be aware
That's
and
right.
to be vigilant, be cognizant. Don't try to inflict any unnecessary bull snit, right? Just have have
Right.
fun,
Right.
have fun. Cautiously. If you have children, teach them. Don't do anything crazy because
Right.
we don't need this. I
No.
mean, it's bad enough. You talk about Brookings Funeral Home, who has been a great uh, a resource.
50
Unfortunately, in
years.
this pandemic,
50
they
years.
don't need a lot of influx anymore. They had enough, right?
Right. 50
With the
years. 50
pandemic.
years. Right. Yes,
So,
absolutely. All right. Well, with that being said, we are a health and wellness show, and we want to give you guys the latest COVID-19 update numbers. Illinois public health officials announced today, Monday, a reported 946 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19, which is absolutely amazing. We've not had under 1,000 cases since March 15th. So we've not
wow.
had 1,000 cases since March 15th. Unfortunately, we had 6 additional fatalities, which that number is down a great deal. This now brings the total number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the state of Illinois to 1,367,214 cases, bringing our total total statewide death toll. I'm telling you, Mondays I can never talk. Total statewide death toll to 22,455 people. And again, this is the first time our cases have been under 1,000 people since March 15th. So what do you think about that?
Well, that just kind of tells you about the science that the fact that more people are getting vaccinated, the more you get vaccinated, the more you're protected against being hospitalized, right? But
Yes.
again, one thing I'm concerned about, children ages 12 to 15, that, now that
Right.
the Pfizer vaccine, I believe it's met emergency FDA approval. Hopefully,
Mhm.
some parents, as we've talked about on the show, get your education, get informed, talk to your pediatrician, get all the knowledge you can before, so you can make a very informed decision for your child. As you know, you want your kid to go back to school. In order for the child to go back to school, she or he may have to be fully vaccinated. But before you
Right.
do that, just make sure that you are well informed so you
Mhm.
can inform your child.
Right.
Because children, they're very observant, they're very smart. So, talk to them like you would probably talk to, in a very calm way, I should say, like you talk to an older adult. So
Yes.
I think that it's good to hear the numbers going down. Unfortunately, we talk about unemployment. That's still very pervasive as well because people are still out of work. They're still trying to, get jobs. We talked about the food and beverage industry, how some of the people cannot come back to work. And if they do, they're just lowering their pay. So something has to be done about that to upstart that industry. And of course,
Right.
that will be a domino effect for other industries to follow.
Yeah.
So, as you just said a few moments ago, this is still a slow process. We're not out of the woods yet. And to me,
No.
I will know more. I think by the 4th of July, it'll be interesting to see how the temperature of the nation will be as it relates to COVID cases, vaccinations, that sort of thing. That will be a
Yeah.
good gauge to see.
Right. Yes, I agree with you 100% on that. Well, as we all know, last week, the CDC says that we no longer need to wear masks. We don't have to do the 6 feet of social distance anymore. People who are fully vaccinated can go without the mask, all that, stuff. Today, our Governor J.B. Pritzker, announced that fully vaccinated people in the state of Illinois are not required to wear a face mask anymore. The only place that you would have to wear a face mask would be in the doctor's office, medical clinic, and on public transportation. And so today I went out to teach a course. And of course, I had my mask with me. When I got out the car, I had my mask on. Once I got into the classroom setting and I had 2 students, I said to them, they were okay. Everybody met the requirements. Then I took the mask off. But as we were leaving and go back out in public, I put that mask back on. And here's the deal. My best friend and I was talking today. She and I got too many sharp ass masks to match our outfits that we was like, look, if nothing else, until we don't wear them all, we will not be taking these masks off. And then here's the other piece. All of our favorite places to shop today or eat have all dropped the mask mandate. Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Trader Joe's, Starbucks, and those are my favorite spots, right? But no, I will still be in a mask when I go out in public. It's just, once I'm there and know everything is good and we in open air and open space and I don't feel, then I'll be taking the mask off. Yes. And especially if people want to hug me, which they do. I'd rather have that mask on when everybody hugs me.
Well, as you know, when we were talking last week, where I went to Orland Park and folks were in a mask. So I still don't feel comfortable yet. I mean, I know both of you and I are going to be traveling. You can't get on the plane without not having a mask on. They haven't relinquished that yet.
I was
I'm
supposed
not,
to the end of September. They trying to
well,
get through the summer travel season.
we'll see. Again, I'm just not. If I'm at my home, if someone comes to my home, I ask immediately, have you been vaccinated? They'll come in with the mask. So if you come in with the mask, I'm cool. When I go out, if I'm driving, I have the mask off, right? But if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to leave my mask on. I'm just not, if someone looks at me, I'm like, what?
Right.
I'm
Yes.
not, am I bothering you because I have a mask
Right.
on? No.
Yeah, no, I don't give a damn. I really don't. Our good friend Debbie Green is back. Hey, Debbie. Debbie said she was in Miami, Key West, and Key Largo, and Miami Beach is wild. Debbie, you are not lying, my friend. I just got back from there, and I love South Florida. But I also know how to protect myself. She said my son is 29, and he said he felt old in Miami Beach. Strippers and rappers trying to make it on Instagram. She's right. It is. That's what makes Miami, what I'm saying? That's what makes Miami what it is. And again, I think I done got caught up in that. I think that the new old young me done got caught up in that. But she's absolutely right. But here's the deal. As I said, whenever I'm down there, when I see that type of foolishness, I'm exiting stage left. And then I try to do enough high-end stuff in Miami that I'm not caught up in that type of stuff. But she's right. Her son is right too. But I love it. I just love to see all that foolishness. Because baby, they be doing the most down there. Oh, she stayed at one of my favorite places, the Fountain Blue. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
I love the Fountain Blue. Absolutely.
I hope you got some rest, Miss Debbie. We missed
Me
you.
too. We missed you, Debbie. Debbie said it was $500 a night. I'm sure. All right now, Debbie. Look. I need to be on the couch. Right.
Wait. All right. I'm gonna need a sponsor for that. How about that?
Right. I'm gonna need something with a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar.
I'm gonna need a sponsor for that, sweetie.
I'm gonna need somebody's sweet honey. And she said no coffee in the room. Yeah, no, they've taken all those amenities out. Yeah, the coffee pots are not in the rooms anymore. No.
So okay. So did you have like a refrigerator? Can you bring like your water, stuff like that? What about that?
Oh, that is true. Debbie, let us know about that part. But yeah, coffee makers, anything like that would hold bacteria, residue, all that kind of stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And at $500 a night, because I get that. Because at the Peninsula, you can get coffee service brought up, but they don't do all that anymore like that. So, all right. With that being said, let's continue on with our show. K Renee, I know you got a news story you want to bring up. Come on now.
Oh goodness, we got two, but the one this is a feel good story, even though it didn't start out feel good. As you know, you probably heard a few days ago, a bus driver was unfortunately hijacked in South Carolina, Mr. Kenneth Corbin, and he had what most bus drivers will have. They're known as precious cargo. It was 18 children. They were, he was taking them home, and this Rumpelstiltskin, as I like to call him, had I don't know what the gun was, like AK-47. He was just, demanding Mr. Corbin to drive wherever, and he just kept so calm.
So wasn't this the military dude that they found out that was trying to run away from the military base?
I guess so, but he was trying to do something, and Mr. Corbin he kept his composure, Art. He just, drove wherever the guy asked him to drive. And what really got to this Rumpelstiltskin are those children, because they kept their cool. They didn't yell or scream. They just asked, "Why are you doing this? Where we going?" You know how kids are when they want to. Are we there yet? Where we going? What we doing?
Right. Yeah.
And he just got so frustrated. He just told the driver to pull over and let all of them out. And they found him, thank the Lord. And when Mr. Corbin was interviewing Good Morning America this morning, Robin Roberts asked, they're calling you a hero. He said, "No, I'm not the hero. Those children are. Those are my heroes." And I just thought, even though it was a very volatile situation, he was able to calm himself, calm those children, and even to a certain degree, the hijacker, because he was just confused. He was just like, I don't know if he had children, because if he had children, he would know how to talk to them. Them kids were asking him all sorts of questions all at once, and he just couldn't take it.
Well, now, from what I gathered from the story, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess this was somebody who was in military training, and I guess just couldn't take it and was trying to find a way to leave the. That's why they had the weapon that they had, and I don't know if they really hurt anybody as much as they just wanted to escape and be able to, get away from the military camp. But now you're in trouble. And all I could think is this is a young person that, joined the military, thought it would be easy peasy, and it's not. I have two friends who had young people to go to the military this past weekend. And I was thinking to myself, oh boy, this is interesting to say the least. This is going to change these young people's lives forever. So we'll see. We'll see, interesting.
And here's another point. The fact that Mr. Corbin just had training on how to respond in the event you are hijacked. So he used this training immediately. He just went through it a few days prior. Yes. So again, kudos to Mr. Richard Corbin and all those 18 students who just kept calm and did what kids do when they don't know what the heck is going on. Where we going, mommy? Are we there yet? Why are you doing this? They just asked him a barrage of questions. He's like, I can't.
Candace said it better. Sad kids gotta ask, are you gonna hurt us? That's scary. You're absolutely right, Candace, right. But she agreed with you that he did handle that
He
situation
handled
very
it
well.
very
Yes.
well.
So
Yes.
I expect that man to get some type of award, some kind of
He
treatment,
did.
whatever the case may be. So our friend Debbie Green responded back. She said, honey, yes, there was a fridge, but full of paid drinks. That mini bar, I'm sure. If the room was $500 a night, I guarantee you a bottle of water was $7,
I
$7 to $8.
believe it.
I believe it. I really do. Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Do you have another news story, my dear?
Well, this has been all over since early this month about billionaire of Microsoft, Mr. Bill Gates, and his soon-to-be divorced wife, Melinda French Gates. That is so funny. She was
Baby,
always Melinda Gates.
make name
Now,
all of a sudden. Yes, yes.
see, I know what that's like because I did the same thing. Melinda French Gates. I was like, go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you. But the thing about it, the New York Times and Wall Street Journal had reported that Mr. Bill was doing some things he had no business doing. So this is not the, a lot of people were so shocked, like, why are they getting divorced? I'm a divorcee, so I know there's always something for a reason why a person does certain things. Now, it apparently has been reported that Bill was, doing some philandering during their 27-year marriage. In fact, one of the employees at Microsoft, he was in an affair for 20 years, right? Yes. And I think I mentioned to you when we first reported this last week that one thing Melinda was very upset about, because he was, lollygagging with the late financier suicide Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, he would deny, like, oh, they just knew each other. They didn't have a friendship. Now you and I know God doggone well, if the wife saying, what the heck you doing with this fool? Something's up. And now it's been reported in the New York Times as well as Wall Street that Bill, you could tell he was like socially inept, smart as a whip, right? That's why he owns Microsoft. But when it comes to social situations, if I met Bill Gates, I have a conversation with him like, okay, where's your Mac? Can you Mac to a woman? I don't think he could, but he would be very awkward when he would talk to women. But at Microsoft, he would, have conversations with women. Sometimes they were very inappropriate. So I guess the question is, this has been mentioned during the news outlets, how will this impact his legacy, his legacy of philanthropy. I think I said that right.
Philanthropic. You did. Very good.
What do you think? Do you think it will ruin his legacy or?
Okay, so I know a very, very famous male celebrity.
Okay.
And this famous male celebrity and I one time had a conversation about relationships.
Okay.
And the more powerful you become, the more money you make, the more you are a icon, somebody, people know you, all of that, not just basic, but I'm talking about major celebrity. Mm-hmm. He was like, what do you think is the greatest reward for somebody who has everything? And I said, wow. I said, well, longevity, great health, peace within yourself, all of that. He said, nope. He said, the more famous, the more powerful, the more you become the icon, sex is the only thing that is the greatest reward to you. And here's the deal. Your eyes said a lot. Women don't look at it like that. Men look at it like that. Here I am, philanthropist, media mogul, billionaire, all of that. Jeffrey Epstein, all of that. You get what I'm saying? Freaky, sex, pleasure, slaying, wooing, all of that. And especially people, when we look at people like that, we be like, well, child, first of all, he wasn't all that to begin with, or he looked goofy, or he looked whatever. Guess what? When you want to be a freak and tell people you want to be a freak and they get you want to be a freak, they're going to freak you. They're going to freak you because they think it's coming with, I'm telling you, why do you think strip clubs do so well? Why do you think prostitution services do so well? Remember when this pandemic went down, They even went and interviewed prostitutes that was mad and upset because this COVID was killing their business. So a damn pandemic brought the prostitution business down. So I mean, right, so I was told that sex is like the greatest reward ever, because really it does not cost you anything, but it could cost you everything. Think
of course.
That. Chew on that, right?
Well, again, it did not. When I initially heard about the announcement, I said something's going on besides the initial comment, right? Because I thought about Jeff Bezos and his wife, Mackenzie. You know, they were married for 25 years, and all of a sudden they get divorced. She knew what was going on. She's like, enough of this snit. Look, we about to get divorced. And see, here's the thing that Melinda's doing now. She's retained a trust and a state attorney because she wants the will to be changed. That, you know, every kid is supposed to get $10 million in the event of his death, and then the rest go to charity. She's like, forget all that. We're gonna change that. So again, to be continued. Even though I feel that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will still sustain itself, you hadn't heard the last word for this.
Yep. Oh, here's a good one. Our girl Keisha. Hey Keisha, we miss you too, darling. We gotta get together and have some lunch soon. She said, hey, Art and K Renee. Do you all really think that people are going to stop taking the money from the Gates Foundation because Bill? No. Honey, no.
Hey, if Bill gave $1 million to Art Chat Daddy Sim, do you really think Art's gonna be like, you know what, Bill? I'm just gonna give this back. If he gave $1 million to Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, I'd be like, thank you very much. Right. And you know, if he may wink at me, I'm like, okay, what you winking for?
Right.
So we would have a conversation.
Right. I look, I be trying to see if he got an other side to him too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And I know God forgive us. And look, and again, we don't want to sound callous to anybody who's been harassed or, you know, sexually harassed by somebody or, you know, touched inappropriately, any of that. But we know these situations have happened. I have seen this time and time again. I worked for an organization where the incoming president did his best to get rid of every male that worked for the company. I all of a sudden started seeing the females all wearing low cut tops, they bosoms, cleavage sitting up, all of that, because he was a whoremonger man running it. And these women knew that if they did the right thing, they would be in the right position. But most of the men have been removed from that company because he didn't like working with men. He only wanted women around him. And
that's a lawsuit waiting to happen,
girl. But I haven't seen that happen so much. I've seen that. I know of a situation where a woman told the men that worked in an office that they had to start wearing dress pants to work because she thought they was getting a little too casual. They were all young boys. They were all young men, you know, 21, 22, 25, 30. You know what kind of dress pants them young men is wearing. And I said, this old perverted chick, she ain't doing nothing but sitting up watching these boys in these dress pants. You know, half of them dress pants. What young man you know wear damn dress pants now? Unless he got a really good job.
Not many.
Right. So, you know, it's interesting. But no, here's the deal. I would definitely take Bill Gates' money. I feel bad for Bill Cosby. I hate to know that, you know, if Bill Cosby really was drugging women and taking advantage of them and having sex with them, that hurts my heart because I looked up to Bill Cosby. I thought the book that Bill Cosby wrote was just a great book, all of that. But we live in a world where I'm telling you, sex, to a lot of men, sex is the greatest reward that they will ever be able, especially when you got Lamborghinis, Porsches, $1 million, you paying baby mamas, taking care of business, doing all that. I guarantee you, when you ask them, sex is the greatest reward. Doesn't cost you anything, but you mess up, it'll cost you everything.
That's true. That's a quote. That's a powerful nugget.
Right.
By R Chat Daddy Sims.
Absolutely. Yep. Wait, here we go. Hey, Christy Love, how are you,
Hi, Miss
Christy? So good to see
Christy.
you. Absolutely. All right, let's see what our friend said here. They
Uh,
are hedging because the stocks is getting ready to do something if they split the money.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sure. Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
What did
that's going to affect the stock price tremendously. Don't get
Oh,
it twisted
absolutely.
now.
Absolutely. But what
If
did
you
I
got
say
stock
to
in
you?
Microsoft, you better think about twice because once that divorce is final, you better it's going to affect the stock price. Get ready.
Oh, absolutely. But what did I say to you, K Renee, when we first announced on this show that they were getting a divorce? And I said, honey, don't worry about the money and all of that, because when you get in a relationship with somebody that has that type of paper and that type of dough, you start making provisions and plans immediately. You get what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Financial planners, making sure the insurance policies are right, real estate is right. And then if you are somebody with any kind of wherewithal about yourself, you gonna protect your own, especially if you're in a situation as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and what Solange said, there's $1 billion in this elevator. So I don't know.
Well, again, Melinda French Gates, that's what she's going to be known as. I'll be interested to see whether or not she's going to drop that last name. But it's just so interesting. I heard when they started reporting her as Melinda French, I said, go ahead. I'm
I
not
saw that
mad.
today too. I did. When I saw it, I said, who the hell they talking about? And I said, oh, she using her maiden name now. I said, okay, that's what it is. Because I couldn't understand it for nothing in the world. But no, I'm not surprised about the other people, the other, nope, I'm not. I'm not at all. That's just like I'm starting to notice a lot of people who I know have entered into the world of swinging. And I'm just like, oh, and how do I know? I could just tell by pictures. I could tell by
Oh, yes.
mannerisms. I could, especially if you know one mate up better than the other. And I'm like, oh, their behavior is a little like she was never that type of person
But
before.
but when you mention swinging, that has been around since the Ice Age, and I
Yes.
guarantee you there are more of us doing it than you would even imagine.
Oh,
They
I know.
just keep
I
it
know.
on the serious DL. But you
Oh,
know
I know.
what's in the dark will always come to light.
Uh-huh.
Always does.
Uh-huh. Yep. So, all right. So now let's continue to move on. Let's talk about something that you and I talked about earlier. Our guest is going to join us in a little bit, and then you and I can jump back into gossip and entertainment. They can meet anywhere in the world and know about anything about it. The gates. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Rick made a valid point. Men that wealthy like that, absolutely. If they want to go have sex in Tenerife, they can schedule butt naked, hot, nasty
Sure
sex in
can.
Tenerife. If they want to go to Fiji, wherever they want some yum yum, it would be available to them.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
All right.
nobody will know it until it's done, until the deed is really done.
Yes. Okay, so over the weekend, there were two different pictures that were posted on social media. And I don't know, did I send you the other picture too, or did I just send you the one?
I think you sent me two.
Okay, all right. And so here's the funniest thing. One of those pictures have actually started trending. Remember this morning, I said, girl, I want to post this picture so bad and ask people
I'm
what they
glad you
think.
didn't.
But I'm glad I didn't. But it is trending now. The other picture is not. So just to kind of let you guys know, because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to do anything legally wrong. But over the weekend, there were pictures of graduates all over the country. And one of the groups I belong to on Instagram is a group of like proud gay men displaying themselves dressed. And so this post was in honor of Black gay men who have gotten like doctorate degrees, master degrees, in degrees in chemical engineering, all of that, but they happen to be gay men and they've all graduated from prestigious schools. Well, one of the gay men dressed really nice, actually had on a fraternity shawl, representing his fraternity graduating. He also had on heels and a beautiful French pedicure. And so when I saw it, I clutched my pearls. It took me back just a little bit. I really didn't know what to say. And I know a lot of people would say, like, Chat Daddy, you don't know? No, I don't. I consider myself somewhat conservative, even though I do wear black fingernail polish, black toenails. I mean, I just look at myself being different, not in that way. And no, I would not be trying to wear, stiletto pumps with a suit or any of that. And so you and I kind of had this debate today, and I'm kind of curious where you at with all this, because you and I did talk quite a bit about this.
Well, first of all, when I first saw it, I had to like, okay, was this Photoshop or this the real thing? That's why my first initial thought. But and then I looked at the fraternity. I said, oh, hell no. That just really, I was just in shock because, black fraternities, you talk about macho, they're the macho machismo of
yes,
a manhood,
yes.
And people know me. I went to school here in Chicago. I'm an Omega sweetheart, purple and gold. So, and I know about, mega men. They're very machismo. So to see this graduate, and he looked flawless. But when I saw the French pedicure and I saw the heels, I said, okay, at first I said, well, maybe Halloween ain't come yet, so that's not it. He did graduate. But I was really I was taken aback. And I just said, well, I'm hoping that, he obviously speaks his truth, so I give him kudos for that. But I must admit, Art, his fraternity, I mean, I just wonder how his brothers would feel about that. I'm just
I myself too. I had this conversation over coffee with a friend this morning, and we both were saying the same thing. It's not that I don't know black men who are in Greek life, and they are not, and they are gay. They are very open about their, sexuality, but they are still very much in the masculine role. And again,
exactly.
with me being somebody in the LGBTQ plus community, I'm not downing this brother. I'm not hating. I'm not doing anything. Right. I'm just trying to get a clear understanding, because again, as I said, I consider myself a very conservative person. There are certain things I may push the envelope, but that is just different for me. I mean, if the heels is what you wear, I get it, but I would have probably did that more at the graduation party, more at because I don't know whose office you getting ready to walk in with these heels. And not that that's a discrimination now, not that is, but it's gonna take some time. And again, me being somebody growing up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, when being gay was shunned upon, people didn't like you, all of that, I have got to get used to the new norm of how people are presenting themselves now. I just have to.
I agree. Again, he looked flawless. I liked, even though it was a different pastel color suit, the suit fit him well.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was just like, I'm so proud of him that he went and got his college degree. But I will say the heels and the French pedicure, that kind of opened my I told you when we were talking, I said if I was asleep, that woke me up very quickly.
Well, I thought it was a joke at first until I went back through. And again, I looked at what link it was. And again, this is a link that celebrates upscale, black gay men. And each one of the guys, he graduated from MIT, engineer, architect. And then when it got to that one, I said, oh, nice looking guy, dressed nice, everything. And I said, sugar, is there stiletto heels he got on and a French pedicure? I said, oh my. I said, okay, to each his own. And I did. And I said, now I'm curious to know, what my followers and fans would think. But then again, I did delete the post because I didn't want people to think, because I've shared that where somebody else had posted it. But then I took it down because I didn't want people to think I was being hateful. Debbie said, were the shoes purple? I think the shoes were purple. Yeah, they were purple.
They were dark color. Couldn't get the exact color, but they were dark color. But he had a French pedicure, I tell you that. Probably some better than some women French pedicures. I mean, it was flawless.
Well, for those of us guys that do get our nails painted, And our toes, yes, absolutely. We want them pristine and perfect because I'm a fanatic for that as well, too. I am. So the other picture that was on social media this weekend was where a celebrity traveled to a destination over the weekend. This celebrity, much like any other celebrity or blogger, much like myself, we give you guys a glimpse of every step of the trip. I've had so many people email me and send me messages. Art, thank you for showing us Florida. We appreciate everything that you've done. Well, this celebrity took a picture with a dear friend, and the dear friend was shirtless in this picture. And again, not body shaming, because I'm speaking for myself. I'm fluffy, so I'm not trying to body shame. But the picture with this celebrity and this person, the guy had looked like either had weight loss surgery or he was a big guy. And he very heavy in the chest, very heavy in the stomach area. Long story short, I wouldn't have took the picture without some type of shirt on. I just would not have taken the picture. And the picture has now been seen by 45.7K people, 45,000 people. Over 6,000 people commented. And because this celebrity is a very positive person like myself, nobody said anything necessarily negative. But a couple of people, because he did have his fraternity brand on him, a couple of people did say, well, you know, them guys have no problem running around with their shirt off. I don't know, K Renee. I just thought, like, dude, you just took a picture with a major celebrity. And I don't know, maybe it might lead to him getting weight loss surgery or I digress, because then I don't want to be, petty patty on here tonight. But I know I wouldn't have took that picture with my shirt off like that.
And you know what? Again, kudos to him for obviously being comfortable in his own skin. Let me just give the praise right off the bat. Right? That takes courage to do that, because a lot of people won't do that.
Right.
But you and I, we're very aware of our brand, and we talk about that. You talk about on your master class. What you do is your brand. Your name is your brand, and so you want to protect, like a child. You want to protect that brand at all costs.
Yes.
So maybe it was strategic that he did it. Now after you and I had the conversation, I had just some time to think about it. I said, well, maybe that was strategy for him to do that. I hope that was the case, because obviously the result was he received 45,700 likes and 6,000 comments. Would I do that? Absolutely not.
Right.
I'm comfortable in my skin, but I also know what looks good for K Renee. And that would not look good for K Renee. It may look good for him, and obviously he was comfortable because he had not a carefree in the world.
Baby, not narrow. Grandma was.
Maybe it was strategic.
Lizzo took a picture in the nude too, I guess, this weekend too. And again, not body shaming, but damn it, I am not laying my body out for everybody. My whole trip to Florida, every one of them TikToks, videos, all of that. You should have seen me strategically trying to make it sexy and strategically. Look, I'm trying to do. Right.
Honestly, though, Art, that's the fun part in doing that, right? I'd rather be strategic in giving you something that, less is more than just come out. But again, no disrespect to Lizzo, no disrespect to the gentleman that I saw, because I really think it probably was strategic. The fact that he got the result, and I'm sure he knows he got 45,000 and counting, because people are going to be like, wow, what? Some people will comment, some people may not like it. But for me, and like you, it's something I would not do. But I give him kudos for the courage to present his brand in that way, because that's what his brand is, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, as I tell people, ever since I've joined TikTok, and we're going to have more of a conversation about TikTok one night on this show, I have learned that TikTok has empowered people of all walks of life, all creeds, colors, preferences, whatever the case may be. And half of the things that I see on TikTok, I said, Lord Jesus, be offense. Please, please. I said, because who in the hell told you to put all that? It's a young lady on TikTok that be dancing and she at least 5,000 to 6,000 people egg her on every day. And I appreciate the fact she's getting the exercise, she's getting the movement. But baby, it and I said, oh, and then she got Daisy Duke shorts on while she doing it. And it's just, I'm like, oh boy, oh boy,
Again,
oh boy. I mean,
I truly feel, especially the younger audience of TikTok and all elements of social media, they truly don't know the power of what they do. And unfortunately, when you put things out there that are not favorable, it's long lasting. The internet, you can't get stuff out of there. Once you put it on the internet, it's there forever. When you leave this planet, it's gonna be there. When that gentleman who was with that celebrity, when he leaves this planet, that picture's gonna post up. I guarantee you. Say, oh, look at him. Look what he did in his life. So you really have to be cognizant and think about your brand, even if you don't plan to be part of social media. And it takes. I just don't think sometimes people think before they post, and I think that's the lesson. And that's the lesson that I take. You really, both you and I, we're trying to build strong, positive, inspirational brands to help people, and you just got to be mindful of what you do because it can come back to bite you.
Right. You're absolutely right. All right. Well, with that being said, we want to continue on with the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. So glad that you guys are joining us this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us. We're here Monday through Thursday night from 7 p.m. until we get tired. It's usually about 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're a news, reality, variety, entertainment show. Starting June 1st, we will have summer hours on this show. Believe it or not, we'll have summer hours. And that's only because we're creating new programming that will be featured on the Real Chat Daddy Show and on my website. So we now need to have a day to produce this new content that will be happening. But Monday through, I'll tell you guys next week about that. I'll just tell you when it is, but it'll be summer hours, but we'll still be here with you guys a number of nights of the week and all that good stuff. All right. So our next guest this evening is here to help us to talk about the fact that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And in honor of this month, we want to help to raise awareness about domestic violence and the pandemic. Joining the show this evening is domestic violence advocate, educator, and author. And she is the creator of the Slip Out app. She's been here with us many times before, and we just appreciate her. Since she was here in October of 2020, her app has now gone to just global success. And what I like more than anything is to see the work that my friend is doing. Not only is she this advocate, she's an amazing PR person, but her tenacity to help those that have been in situations of domestic violence and abuse is just incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, our dear friend, the phenomenal Miss Lisa R Jenkins.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Hi, dear. How are
Hi,
you?
Miss Lisa.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you all?
Good.
Good.
Lisa, happy, look, I hate to say happy new year because this is our first time seeing you this year. Look, we damn near almost into another year, but we usually talk to you October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month. But Lisa, you have just been doing some incredible things to just level up the game of advocacy when it comes to domestic violence. Do me a favor and introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, your background, and then let's get into this pandemic and domestic violence.
Okay, my name is Lisa Renee Jenkins, and I am a news reporter, a PR consultant. I'm currently in grad school for mental health counseling, and thank you. I'm the self-published author of 6 books. I'm the mother of a wonderful 26-year-old. I am the creator of the Slip Out app and creator of the Slip Out Domestic Violence Advocacy deck that I just launched a few weeks ago.
Congrats.
Mm-hmm.
And one of Art's good friends.
Yes, and one of my good friends. We always have to slide that in. We really do. Lisa, yes, not only are you an incredible journalist, your daughter is a phenomenal chef, but you understand the pain that people who are victims of domestic violence go through. You have said that you want to make a difference in this world. And I want to find out what made you create the app and now the cards.
The app and the cards. Well, let me go back. So I'm a 21-year survivor. Well, I survived 21 years of abuse, and I've been out. It'll be 8 years, June 28th. So I want to thank you. I created the app and then the cards because I just wanted to do more to help victims. And even my app and the cards also help even if you're not in a abusive relationship, but we all have like toxic situations in our lives and that kind of thing. So I just want to help do more because like when I did it, I didn't know I was being abused. I knew I didn't like it, but I didn't really know like the name of what was going on. And I did it by myself. So I don't want to, and thankfully I was able to do it by myself, but a lot of victims are not. So I just want to be that helping hand to people who don't know where to look or can't, trust anybody in their circle to help them and that kind of thing. So my app is free. My cards are reasonably priced. But I just want to be a help to people and like discreetly be a help because, domestic violence is a touchy subject and a lot of people don't want to be involved. They want to help, but they don't know how to be involved. So tell them to download the app or slide them a deck of cards. You've done what you want to do and then still been discreet about it.
Right. Very good. K Renee, I'm gonna let you start off with. I'm sure you have plenty of questions for Lisa, and then we're gonna talk about this whole pandemic in domestic violence. Go ahead.
Well, first, Art, thank you for allowing me to be part of this conversation because there's a reason why. First, Lisa Renee, my name is Karen Renee, so that's a one good thing. But I'm also too a survivor of domestic violence, and I wish though that the app as well as your cards were available because, like you, I didn't know I was abused. It wasn't until something hit me and said, "What the heck is going on with you?" So let me just give kudos to you to say thank you for making it and continue the difference. And I'm hoping you and I can talk offline because I'm sure I'm thinking about an organization that definitely can benefit from not only your app, but also your cards.
Thank you.
And I guess, what was the turning point for you to say enough is enough? When did you know, as Les Brown said, when did you get sick and tired of really being sick and tired?
Well, first, I had a dysfunctional relationship with my mother. So I was a broken kid who turned into a broken adult. That's how I ended up in the abusive situation in the first place. My final straw moment was he let his street stuff touch home. And that was one of our rules. Like, we weren't married, but we were together. So whatever, I can't control what you're going to do, but just don't let it touch home. So it touched home. And at that point, I knew he didn't care anything about me generally. So I was like, we got to go. And he was becoming more and more erratic. So my abuse was mainly emotional and mental. It was very few instances of physical. So I didn't really have that dynamic to deal with. But just the emotional, and I just didn't feel safe anymore. Me and my daughter didn't feel safe. So I was just like, yeah, this is not going to be the rest of my life. And she was getting ready to go to college. And I was like, I can't stay here if she's not here. Kind of thing. So that was kind of my aha moment. I was like, he didn't like really care anymore, which is fine. But I'm like, it's time for me to go before this goes real bad.
Right. I kind of want to go back a little bit to the abusive parent thing. And I tell people, depending on what age you are and what era you grew up in and where your parents were from, when you really think about it, a lot of us grew up in what I consider abusive situations. And I'm not talking about, being beat all the time, but if you had a parent that was non-communicative, did not want to talk, did not express themselves. I tell people the funniest thing is that I love dogs. I really love dogs. Now, should I have a dog? Not necessarily. Can I be with somebody else's dog? Yeah, I can. But here's the deal. My father hated dogs and wanted no part in it. And I think that has a big part. And maybe if a dog was around, we would have, it just a lot of things that if you didn't bond the right way with a parent, that also is mental abuse. A lot of just the negative attitude, personality. God forbid if you came from an alcoholic parent, a drug addict parent. And that's what we've got to realize. A lot of these young people now are products of crack and other substance abuse and things like that. I love how K Renee is always so proud of her mom and dad and the people that they were. But K Renee, you always have been very honest about the struggle your father went through. And so really all of us have been through what I consider some level of abuse. Wouldn't you agree, K Renee?
Absolutely. I mean, grateful. It's funny you mentioned that, Art, because with my father, although he was a 26-year sobriety, he was very emotionally abusive at times to my mother and to me. And unfortunately, you know, they say you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And I was married to someone who was a narcissist, who unfortunately was emotionally abused and sexually abused himself. So that played a huge part in our marriage, right? And that emotional abuse that you spoke of, Lisa, the mental and financial abuse. That's it was very traumatic. But I'll tell you, the one thing I can see in you, that God has been part of you. I can see the faith and the strength that you had to say, you know what, enough's enough. And now you are helping other women and men to say enough's enough, that you are better than that, to love yourself enough to say, to walk away. So again, I'm very proud of you. And I'm just, I know God continues to go with you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like I was mentioning, it's called, well, I found this out in grad school. It's something called ACEs. It's called Adverse Childhood Experiences. And so things we experience as a child, sometimes they come back when we're an adult, sometimes they don't. But my mother, I realized years later that my mother's a narcissist, and so was my ex, now that I know. And so that's the life, which that wasn't revealed in the beginning. You know what I mean? So that's exactly how I ended up there.
Yeah. Oh, I know. When I sit back and reflect on some things that have happened in my life, once I went to therapy and started talking about a lot of different things that have happened in my life, it all circles back to a lot of times your childhood. You know, I tell people, some people even came from parents who may not have had nothing but a 8th grade education, very little high school, if that, a lot of scratching and surviving as children. And that pours over into your adulthood because you were raised one way. And I think I can speak for everybody that's on here. We're all givers. And when you are a giver, people will continuously use you in ways just are not the best at all. So that's why, Lisa, to know you as a friend and to know that you've come this far, this warms my heart. And I just thank God that you have come this far with your journey.
Thank you so much.
We have a couple of questions. Our good friend Debbie Green says, how is your daughter doing? Through all of this, your daughter, she killing it. She amazing, y'all. We're gonna have her on here one night as a chef, but want to know, how is your daughter surviving all of this?
She's actually doing pretty good. We've been out, like I said, almost 8 years, and the first she went away to college maybe 3 months after we left. So her whole little world was uprooted just like mine. So me as a mom, we was in it together.
That's right. Yes, you were.
I went to counseling here. She started counseling at school. Whatever we needed to do to make sure we was okay was what we did.
Right.
So thankfully I made her a lot stronger. I broke the generational curse with her that I had with me and my mother. So she was born tough. So the little spunky 26-year-old, I didn't get that kind of strength till maybe I was 38. Right. So a lot of things she doesn't stand for, which I'm glad I made her, stronger than I was. But she's doing wonderful. She's currently a general manager at Waffle House, killing it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, look, her uncle gonna have to go to wherever this Waffle House at.
And same here. I like me some waffles now.
Right. We love, Yes, we love
Dallas, Texas. Yes. Whenever I'm down there, that's the first stop off the plane. Like, just run me past the Waffle House.
All right. We got to go to Dallas, Art, to see your daughter.
Road trip.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah,
So
but
Lisa,
thank you. Yeah, she's doing wonderfully. Thank you.
beautiful. Lisa, most people are not aware that this quarantine and domestic violence has been just really claiming a lot more victims, not only just women in heterosexual relationships, but same-sex relationships. Can you speak a little bit about what has been going on with domestic violence in this pandemic?
Well, I do know the numbers have like quadrupled just because of the simple fact that everyone was stuck at home in the beginning. Everything was shut down for a lot of victims who were able to leave the home to go to work or school. That was their safe time, their peace when they were out of the home. But then everyone's stuck at home, and so now they have no outlet. And then if money was lost, jobs were lost, that's just adding another dynamic to it.
Right.
So 911 calls absolutely skyrocketed.
Wow. All right. Well, let's tell everybody how they can connect and find out about the Slip Out app. I'm going to put the app name up here on the screen so everybody can see it. So explain to us how the app works.
So the app is available on the Google Play and Apple Store. It's free on both platforms. There's a checklist on literally the steps that I use to get out and healing afterwards. There's a 911 button on the app if you need immediate assistance. There's a global resources list on the app. There's a calculator on the app, figuring like you can, calculate your new life, what you need to, get out and that kind of thing. There are other exercises on there, just information. There's a for teens page because I realized teen domestic violence is a real thing now too. So I want to try to address all of that also. There's like a mindfulness exercise, just things because I didn't want it all to be doom and gloom. I wanted it to be a little bit for everybody. I also send out daily push notifications because we all need an extra, put your chin up. At the end of the day, they come at random times. They come 8 a.m., 8 p.m., whatever.
Right.
I just want to be a resource for everybody because initially I started it just being domestic violence, but I'm like, no, there's a lot of other areas that people may need assistance, not necessarily being abused. So I just wanted to be somewhere that anybody can go because a lot of people just use it just for the daily push notifications. And that's what I want, so however they use it is how they use it. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm just thankful for that. And as of yesterday, Art, it has been downloaded almost 2,700 times in 34 countries.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is major. Congratulations again, my friend. You came to talk to us about this in October.
Yes. And I just launched a month before that. Yep.
Right. Well, that is amazing.
It was brand new then. Yep.
Yes, it is. Well, for anybody who may be in this situation, it's the Slip Out app. The Slip Out app in the Google Store or the Apple Store. It is. Is it a free app to sign up for? It's a free app.
It's absolutely free. Sign up because I didn't want somebody to need it and not be able to do it because they needed a credit card. They were afraid that somebody was going to see a credit card or see an email. So it's totally free. I would say I get my blessings later on. So
yes. So this, and it's all not gloom and doom on the app. There's a message of inspiration, ways to plan your plot or plan your way out if you are in a bad situation, how you can get help. You'll be able to call 911 through this app. And just a lot of great things. Everybody is saying congratulations. Great. We are very, very proud of you. K Renee, in closing, what do you want to say to our guest tonight? She did a great job as always, and this is just
what
it is.
Her middle, did you expect?
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm so sorry. My middle name is not Renee. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go and get my name changed to Art Daddy Renee. Art Daddy Renee.
Her middle name is Renee. That's what you expect.
Oh, Lord.
My daughter's middle name is Renee also.
Yes, absolutely. Doggone it. I can't win from losing.
Yeah. We just all over the place, Art. All over the place.
That's right. No, Lisa, seriously, thank you so much for just continuously living your life with purpose. You know, kudos to you. When you see your daughter, give her a big hug from me. And as I said, I definitely will reach out to you.
Okay.
Whatever I can do to help you as a survivor, this app is definitely necessary. I'm really proud of you, and I'm just really glad to know that you're doing well. I do have a question. How is your relationship with your mother now?
We don't have one.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, she's a narcissist. She's not willing to see her error in her ways, so I can't. She's too toxic, so I can't have her in my life. Unfortunately. I've come too far. I've come too far to go back.
Absolutely, right. We'll pray for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I still love her dearly from afar, but that's the best I can do.
Right.
I understand.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it too. Because my situation didn't end the way I wanted it to end either. And I have just had to been able to let that go, give it over to God. And actually, this is the year of me trying to go back and trace steps about just where all of that started, came from, all of that. So I get it 100%. I really do. Sometimes you just have to let people live their best life and they need to be, and just know you did the best that you could do. Absolutely. Our good friend, Miss, we got more people saying great job. Our good friend Joseph from the Cincinnati area. Thank you, Lisa, for the wonderful app and advice. You're absolutely right. We appreciate you so much. Our good friend, Miss Lynn Klein. Hey, Lynn, we love you. Happy Monday. She says, as an abuse survivor, I thank you for your work. Awesome. Lynn, we appreciate you for sharing that. We really do. No, it's a lot. It really is a lot. And as you look over your life, Lisa, tell us how we can get the deck of cards as well, too. Is there an app or something we can go to?
It's on my website. Just put the link in the private chat.
Okay. I'll have to get it up there. Okay, very good. Anything else you want to say to us?
Thank you as always, Art, for having me, and continue to spread the word, and I'm here whenever you need me.
Yes. K Renee, real quick, say goodnight to our guests again.
Good night. Good night, Lisa Renee.
Good night. Talk soon.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you know of anyone who's in a domestic violence situation, with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, it's all about your mind. It's all about what you are going through. A lot of times you think you're losing your mind, and you're not. You're being abused, you're being manipulated, you're being told things that are not right. And you've got to be able to regain your control and continue to live and move forward. And it's people like Lisa R Jenkins who makes a great difference in this world by trying to help others through her pain and the drama that she's been through. Lisa, we just love you so much, and thank you for
being here. Love you too.
We do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Miss Lisa R Jenkins created a flip out app and a wonderful deck of cards. Hey, Lisa, tell us a little bit about how the cards work.
So the cards are, they're basically like a deck of cards. Each card has a word for domestic violence on it, and it explains what it is. And then the link to the information to download my app on the back. So my preference for making these were like, if, somebody's at the beauty shop, barber shop, doctor's office, if they suspect they're being abused or just think they're, something like they may be coerced, they can either hand them the whole deck of cards or just that particular card to say, hey, take a look at this. And they don't even have to say anything. Just, hey, read this, look at it and see. Just give more information, because you may think they're being abused or you may know for sure, but you don't really want to say anything. So you might be in a full barbershop, beauty shop, that kind of thing. But just to try to spread more information.
Beautiful.
Because the more we talk about it, the more information gets out there. And the more people we can save.
Beautiful. All right. Big round of applause for our girl, Miss Lisa R. Jenkins. The Slip Out app may have mental health awareness, but we also want to curb domestic violence any way that we can. All right, my love. We love you so much. Thanks again, and we'll be in touch soon. Congratulations on all the downloads and all the people you're reaching. Have a great night.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Bye, Miss Lisa.
All right. Yay. That
Oh
was
my
amazing.
goodness.
Wasn't that
Yes.
good? That was great.
Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
guys so much for all of your feedback tonight. Thank you again for those that, shared your intimate moments with us tonight on the show about, being survivors. And, I'm telling you, we all done been through some snit. We all done been through some.
Yes, we
We've
have.
all been through some snit. We really have.
Yes, Lord.
All right.
But
Well,
God is good.
yes, coming up on the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show, one of our favorites, our fitness expert friend, Mr. Tony Hill, will be here today. I know, K Renee, we got to figure out, we got to keep you accountable, girl. Right. Look, do you feel a cold coming on? Do you feel right? Do you feel a cold coming on? Do you right? Do you feel a cold coming on? Hey, Lisa, put the link to your cards in the comments here. Take them out of private chat and put them in the comments, and I'll put it up on the screen, Lisa. Do you feel a cold coming on tomorrow night, or are you able to handle Mr. Tony Hill?
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Come on, we love Tony.
I feel something coming on.
Oh, Lord. Obviously, you did what you needed to do. Be patient with friends experiencing abuse. Women leave their abuser an average of 7 times before they permanently leave. You're absolutely right. You're right. I've been trying to tell Lynn I need her to come on here and talk with us one night.
Yes, Miss Lynn.
I love Lynn. We love you, Miss Lynn. You'd be a great guest on this show one night. So yes, Tony Hill will be here tomorrow night, and we'll talk about the
I
world.
feel a cold coming on.
Right. We'll talk about the world opening back up tomorrow night as well, too. You'd be surprised the number of things that are opening back up. So we'll talk about everything and how it's opening back up. That's how you guys can get Lisa's cards. Please do that. Please, please, please. Yep. Oh, so Joseph, there is a way to go back and watch any of my shows. YouTube, anytime. The Real Chat Daddy Show, The Real Chat Daddy Show. The shows are all there. You can share them with people. They're archived there. Any show that you've missed, if you missed the beginning of this show, same way, Facebook, The Real Chat Daddy Show as well, too. These shows are recorded and they're saved, okay? All right, so you can always go back and watch the show at any particular time. Absolutely not. Sometimes blood hurts us the worst. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Lisa. You preaching to the choir, boo. You preaching to the choir. Absolutely. All right, so K Renee, we got some more gossip and entertainment before we skedoodle out of here tonight, because I know you got to get them taxes done. Yeah. Anything else you missed?
Well, should I mention this about my locally? I don't know that this is gossip, but this is real. As you know, we got some dolphins in, and unfortunately, there's been a teacher that has done some shenanigans, and now he's been finally removed.
Yes.
And the thing that really
don't know what dolphins are or listening from somewhere else, set that up for us now. So,
well, Dolphins is the mascot for the high school I went to, Whitney M. Young, here in Chicago. And it's been reported that a teacher was made some inappropriate gestures to students, and he has been removed. But the issue has been the fact that the administration was very lax in taking its time in doing so. And, you and I spoke offline regarding this, as, when I was in high school at Whitney Young, there were some teachers that were doing the same thing. In fact, I had one teacher, gym teacher, that was doing the exact same thing. And they finally let him go. Yeah, it took them forever to let him go, but he was finally removed. So, it's just really sad that it's not only just happening in wonderful schools such as Whitney Young, but it happens all over the country. And I just really was very disgusted and very disappointed that it took, so much time had elapsed before a decision was made for this individual to be removed from the school.
Yeah, it's horrible. I know of many situations of, pedophiles we saw recently where a teacher, I guess in Joliet, Illinois, had been pandering and prepping what he thought was a young person to have sex with on the internet, and he got busted by a group of people. To me, this is sad because I feel as if grown people need to mess around with grown people. Not young people, not impressionable people. I know of situations in my own high school where teachers ended up marrying people that were students, and we talking about these students ended up being in college. So obviously it had to been some kind of attraction, when they were junior or senior in high school or whatever the case may be, that you would now be a college sophomore or junior, and now you marrying one of the teachers. So I don't know. That's interesting to me. I love working with young people, but my motto and my theory has always been, you got to be 21. You got to be legal in every realm of the word. I don't know. Hell no. You under 21, I ain't interested.
And that's probably one of the reasons why, Art, I don't even deal, even though I'm a seasoned woman. Anyone, you've heard the term cougar, that you will never hear that on K Renee, because K Renee don't do cougars at all. I mean, I don't like young men, and young men will come up to me and I've had men as young as 25. They say, "Oh, I like you," but no, if I could be your mother, we got a problem. I just don't have that.
Right.
I don't have that.
I told you about my situation where I was friends with the grandmother.
You mentioned that, yes.
The mother and I are cool, but your grandmother and I are besties. And so I had to put that situation to a kibosh as well, too. As cute and as adorable as you are, and as much as I think I just couldn't, because, again, your grandmother and I talk about our sex lives. Your grandmama and I are drinking buddies. And I couldn't imagine me telling your grandmama I beat the brakes off of you last night. Fix it, Jesus. I just couldn't imagine me sitting
Take
up.
the wheel, Jesus.
I couldn't imagine me sitting up having a drink with your grandmama. Girl, I beat the brakes off your grandson last night.
Oh my goodness.
I just couldn't. So yes, I had to turn away from that situation. And not that this person wasn't a great person. And actually, personality-wise, incredible. Great chemistry, all of that. I just could not, oh Lord, your grandmama and I are drinking buddies. So no. Lisa Jenkins, girl, you ain't lying. I really, to a lot of family, much because of toxic and just being hurt. Oh no, we're sorry about your mother passing away. Oh well, Joseph, we here to love you. I appreciate you. Joseph, there's a lot we need to talk about. We have to talk offline, my friend. But yes, Lisa did a great job, and
she sure did
for sharing your information. And we're so sorry about your mom and her drug
absolutely
in 2010. That's a hard pill to swallow, my friend.
It is. It is.
Really is a hard pill to swallow. All right. What else, my sugar ma, do we need to talk about?
Do you have anything? That was all I had. That was enough. She talking about Bill Gates and
Well, real quick, we want to give a shout out to the MTV Movie and TV Awards that took place last night. That's a big deal with that younger demographic, baby. They broke it up on the red carpet yesterday. The CDC said drop the mask, baby. They was on that red carpet and they serving you fashion and glamour and all of that. Oh my
goodness.
But congratulations to our dear friend, Mr. Chadwick Boseman, who was posthumously honored with the best performance in a movie, accolades from MTV last night, which is well deserved. And you and I were kind of talking about how he had got stiffed at a recent award thing. But what did I tell you? I said, girl, this man gonna be winning so many awards and honors. And yes, and so whoever that did not give him the award and honor, the hell with them. But we know this man will forever be remembered. So the best performance in a movie, again, Chadwick Boseman and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The best performance in a show goes to Elizabeth Olsen in WandaVision. Best hero goes to our friend Anthony Mackie, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The best comedy performance, Leslie Jones and Coming to America. I don't know about that now. Okay, we'll leave that where that's at.
Okay. I mean, okay. Keep going.
Yes, okay. Breakthrough performance goes to our boy, Mr. Regé Jean Page, for Bridgerton.
Yes. Before you go on, now I will say this. Even though I just said earlier about me being a cougar, if that son of a gun came to me, I had to I had to clutch this wonderful
right. You'd have to clutch it.
I had to clutch it.
Look.
I had to clutch it. I tell you, if he came up to me, I'd be like, okay, let me just calm down, because that son of a gun is fine.
Yeah. But the way I look at it, K Renee, and this has kind of been my theory, I think ever since I was diagnosed with cancer and this recent journey that I've been through and all of that, to me now, age means nothing. Age means nothing. It's more about maturity. It's more about where you are in life. It's more about what you've experienced. What do you need to heal from? It's more of how can we best help each other. I think the reason why our relationships are so disjointed and the fact that nobody is in love, nobody's dated in years, is that we are all broken and damaged people. Yes. And I just feel as if my broken piece, somebody can fill that gap, and their broken pieces, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, kind of something like this. And I feel that maybe two broken people can come together to heal in love, in peace, in harmony. And that's just my take on it. And that's kind of the way, because that's why the age thing, I tell people, please be at least 21. Please be at least over 26, 27 at this point, because I really would like you to be older than my niece. But at this point, I look at it like this. If you love me, I'm going to love you. And if we are a meeting of the mind, okay, age is nothing but a number. Didn't Aaliyah say that? Age ain't nothing but a number.
Maybe in your case, I just feel in me, because I have grown up. People always say I was you're an old soul just like I am.
Right.
And the way I grew up around a lot of older people. So for me to date someone young is like going backwards. Like you, I want someone to love me unconditionally. And the life experiences that we have, they should mirror to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, when a crisis hits, that's when I know your person's strength. It don't matter, money is good, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when the chips are down, and when you're in crisis mode, when you need that individual to stand up and be strong for you, that's when it's like, okay, I got you, you got me. So it's for me right now, as I said, I'm a very loving person, but I'm cautiously optimistic. So I just have to, like you, like a lot of us, we're broken. We're works in progress, trying to be whole. And that saying, I'm looking for my other half. No, we're all whole. We're trying to find other whole people, not halves.
Right.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, some of us just want somebody to rub on our booty. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of us just want somebody to rub on our booty. That's all. Wouldn't you like to get your booty rubbed real good?
Oh, goodness.
Would you like to just talk snit to somebody and just rub on their booty? I mean, and hey, Susan Carlotta, we love her. We really do.
Yes. Hi, Miss Susan.
Susan said again, pulling each other by the bootstraps. But I get where you women are like, cautious, ditto. I get that. I do. And I think men think much differently about stuff like that than women do. And then I guess, I'm a romantic at heart. And I am too. I just know I have gone from dealing with extremely wealthy to piss poor to when I say to you, the mindset of an individual comes out in their situations of intimacy. And
I believe it.
And that's that really. I was torn between, do you write a book about your life or do you write a book about your sexual life? And really is leaning more towards my sexual life because I've learned a lot physically, mentally, and spiritually through my sexual life.
Same here.
We'll have to
Same
talk
here.
about that one night. We'll have to talk about that one night. Yes,
We will.
you have to talk about that one night. Joseph just said, wow, Art Sims, you really just nailed it with relationships being disjointed. I think that goes, yep, absolutely, brother. That's what the problem is. That's what the problem is. But the bottom line, I don't care if you're black, white, I don't care whoever you are. You just want somebody
and here's
to
the thing,
rub on the booty.
If you rub on mine, because I've been told I have the perfect posterior.
Oh,
and men have said that you have the well, they didn't call it posterior, they call it something else. If you gonna rub it, you better rub it right. How about that?
Well, all right then. All right. Well, then we might have to have a perfect posterior competition on the show. Right. We might have to look right. Maybe we have to do that before I get in this show. Right.
One man told me up front, he said, "You have the perfect." I said, "Really?"
Right.
All right
now. Right. Well, all right, honey. Look. Well, if that's the case, I don't know. I keep trying to tell y'all I might have to open up a strip club or something. Look, we're gonna have to get some coins coming in the door, baby. Look, we might have to have a booty rubbing contest. Right. I'm telling you, we just might have to. I don't know. Right. Booty rubbing. That's all I'm saying. So, all right. Well, with that being said, we have come to the end of yet another wonderful show. K Renee and I will be back tomorrow evening, Tuesday night. Mr. Tony will be here. Right. She's trying to get sick all of a sudden. So if you don't see K Renee tomorrow night, she's trying to run from the trainer, Mr. Tony Hill. But that's okay. He'll be here tomorrow night to talk to us about a lot of great things when it comes to our fitness. And then we're also going to talk about a lot of things that are opening back up. And would you really be interested in going to a lot of things that are opening back up? Because rumor has it, Chicago beaches will be opening back up next Friday.
Oh.
Remember, our Chicago beaches have been closed. The New York subway is now 24 hours a day. You couldn't catch the subway all times a day and night in New York. You could not. So we'll talk about all that tomorrow night on the Tuesday night edition. There will not be a Wednesday night show this week, but there will be a Thursday night show. And then after next week, starting June 1st, we'll let you guys know all about our new summer hours and some other things that are coming up on the Real Chat Daddy show. Okay. All right, K Renee. It is everybody's still laughing. Oh, we love you guys. We really do. Thank you, Debbie Green. We love you.
Bye, Miss Debbie.
So much. We do. We love you. That's right, y'all.
Yes,
get
your booty, hot mess, Susan.
Get your booty rubbed on. Get your booty rubbed on. I don't care if you're male, female.
That's right.
How old you are. Y'all know you want to get your booty rubbed on every night.
Yeah, but it gotta be the right one. Now, if you're gonna get your booty rubbed, get it done right, goddamn.
Right. And look, and every now and then I like somebody to talk a little snit in my ear too. Talk a little snit. Right. Talk to me in another kind of way.
Too. I miss that as well.
Yeah. Well, I like dirty talk. I do. Yes, I love dirty talk. Yes, I love dirty rice. I love dirty martinis. Yes, right. Just talk dirty.
I do too.
Yes,
that's probably one of the reasons why my father married my mother, because when he heard her voice, that was it. So, and he said, you had. So I miss that too. God dog it.
Remember the movie Girl 6? Remember that?
Yes. Oh, I remember that.
Well, I'm boy 69. How about that? I'm boy 69.
Oh my goodness. Right.
Well, with her nightly nugget, what a segue!
Yes. We're gonna be very inspirational. Here's my nugget for tonight. So, you ready? Are you ready, babe? Uh-oh.
Right. Did the camera freeze? Whoa.
Oh, no. Okay. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go right ahead.
Okay. Some succeed because they are destined to, but most succeed because they are determined to. And that's by Henry Van Dyke. And this is Motivational Monday.
Yay! For more information about that wonderful young lady right there, go to Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. That's her website. That is her website. Do me a favor, you guys. If you've not subscribed to the Real Chat Daddy Show yet, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's free. It's easy. It helps us because it draws more people to the show. We're trying to actually now get advertisers or sponsorship for this show. It actually has been over a year. Show has had just great content, wonderful celebrity guests, all of that. So you'd help us a great deal if we could build our YouTube following on this show, therealchatdaddy.com. That's all you have to do. Go to Facebook, YouTube, tell your family, your friends. We won't send you anything. We won't charge you anything on your credit card. It's free. It's easy. It's all of that. So please go to YouTube and subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Thank you again to everybody who was a part of my class on Saturday, my two amazing students. The next class date has been announced. It will be Saturday, June 12th, Saturday, June 12th. In the next week or so, we'll be getting all the information about the next class out. And I kind of want people to understand what my class is all about. A lot of you all now want to do digital media shows. You want to do Facebook shows, YouTube shows. There's a certain art to this, a certain, no pun intended, a certain something that you need to get out there to make people want to watch and listen to your show. And what I do is help you to figure out how you want to deliver your content, which direction you want to go in with your content. And I even offer each student who signs up a free 30-minute consultation where you're able to ask me and I help you to do whatever it is you need and want to do. Today, I actually had two students who wanted me to show them how to set up their own show on this platform, on their own platform through this service. And they loved it. They got everything I said in no time. I showed them the tricks, what to do, and it makes the show effortless. This is a great platform to stream from as well as the other platforms, but you've got to know what you're doing to make it work and your audience enjoy it. Okay?
I thoroughly concur because he is the bomb. His master class is awesome. And I can personally tell you, I was a participant in his first master class, and the way Art presents his material is authentic, it's real, and he's very honest with you. So don't be scared. If you definitely have something to present, I would encourage you strongly to register for his next master class on Saturday, June the 12th.
Saturday, June 12th, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you'd like to be a part of this class, booking at therealchatdaddy.com. Send an email to booking, BOOKING, at therealchatdaddy.com. I'll get your email. We'll get you all connected, linked up. It's only an hour and a half course. Matter of fact, because the class was so small, we were able to get everything done in an hour this past Saturday. But each participant is entitled to a 30-minute consultation. And I'm not sitting there watching the clock. I'm helping you to build your brand. I'm helping you to put it together. I even challenge each one of the participants to either write a testimony or do a video. Everybody has agreed to do videos. And now we're going to put some of those videos on here just to show people, and you'd be surprised. I want you to sell your brand and do what's right, and do what's right. So that's all, we're going to do with that. Absolutely. All right. So if you guys want to join, please do so. Please do so. Watika is hilarious. She said, Art, Bill Gates is a Scorpio. I know. Watika. I know. But here's the deal. I'm not going to back up or deny that I'm a Scorpio. I'm not going to do that. Matter of fact, I tell people over the course of my life, and this is what we were talking about earlier today, I feel as if my sex life has been far more fascinating than my real life. And to the public, my real life has been incredible. Radio, television, newspaper, but it's been a lot of depression, anxiety, drama, issues. But my sex life, that's been a whole, if I could flip the roles, and again, Should have been a stripper when I had the chance many years ago. Should have been a porn star when I had the chance many years ago. Should I say goodnight, boo? Should I say goodnight?
I love you, Chat Daddy, with all my heart.
I love you more with all my heart. With all my heart and all my soul.
I love you, Chat Daddy.
I
Speak
love
your
you.
truth,
I
baby.
love you, K Renee. Coming soon, you guys, the Urban Global Traveler Series with Chat Daddy. A really great show about destinations and places you need to see and go. It's all about health and wellness on that particular show. The Urban Global Traveler Series with Chat Daddy. You've been seeing the clips on my social media platforms. Continue to support that. All right. Very good. All right. Let's get our final comments before we get out of here tonight. Thank you guys so much. Joseph, Watika, Susan, we love
Debbie.
you so much. We really, Debbie,
Candace.
Yep, absolutely. I'm a subscriber to the YouTube channel. I just hit the bell to get
That's right. Hit that, bang that bell.
We love you, Joseph. We love you. Susan Carlota, we love you, darling. Thank you.
Love you, Miss Susan.
Wait, here goes Susan. Oh my God, is he really a Scorpio? Yeah, Bill Gates is a Scorpio. He is.
So that explains a lot now. That explains a lot.
Well, and here's the funniest thing. That famous celebrity I told you about that told me that is a Scorpio too. And he had never lied. He had never ever lied. He told the truth. He really, really did. And to me, because my father had never given me manly advice or father and son advice, this Scorpio gave me that advice, and he was absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yes. All right. Well, we love you guys so very much. We're going to take a few last comments. Oh, we love you back too. We really do. I thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule. Don't forget, encore performances of all shows can be found on YouTube. The Real Chat Daddy Show. They are there for your watching. Please, please, please do so. If you know of anyone who is experiencing any thoughts of suicide, just don't know if they can cope anymore, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Again, that's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 800-273-8255. That's 800-273-8255, and they'll be able to help you as much as possible. All right, you know, on this show, we said we will be wearing masks until November of 2025. Tonight, my mask says, "Be bold, baby." Oh, K Renee, I love that. Oh, sexy. Oh, all right now. My mask says, "Be bold, be bold, be bold." I don't care how bold y'all want to be and be out here wearing a mask thinking that everybody done been vaccinated. That's a damn lie. Listen to the news of the number of people who have not. I think they said 2.2 million have not been vaccinated. Like, even though we didn't have a bejeebers, or they said bejeebers of people vaccinated, it's still a lot of more folks that ain't been vaccinated. But it's a lot that have not been vaccinated. Yes. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Joseph said, K Renee, you and him Virgos.
That's right.
Oh, perfectionist.
That's right. We are. I'm a Virgo, Joseph.
Joseph cooks a lot on social media. He cooks great meals.
Oh.
And he always asking for approval of his meals. What y'all think? Don't this look good? Look, I did it. Right. Joseph, you do a great job. You really do. All right, you guys. We love you so very much. Have a beautiful night. Make sure you visit therealchatdaddy.com for more information about yours truly. My interactive website, really easy and simple. I'm trying to put it up here. I was just telling the class today, I said, it's a lot of work doing this, because they were like, wait a minute, you put the graphics up there and you do
he does all, you do all that.
I said, all of that, right. So please visit therealchatdaddy.com for more information about yours truly. Please go over to YouTube, subscribe to The Real Chat Daddy Show, hit that bell on there so you get your notifications of when the show is coming on. All right. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful night. We appreciate you guys so very much. We love you too, Joseph. Have a great night. Joseph, I'm coming to visit so you can make me something to eat.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to do it. All right. We out of here. Oh, Lynn Klein. Have a great night, darling. Thank you. Miss Lynn. Everybody. Wamelda, Watika, all of you guys. Booker T. If I forgot anybody tonight, please forgive us, you guys. We love you all so very much. Have a beautiful night, my friends. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
We are out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Uh-oh.
It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.